Okay, how's everybody doing? So I have these three cars here that I just want to talk to you about. One is by Intermountain, the second car is by Rapido, and the third car is by Tangent. And I had a little bit of extra, left over on my budget here in terms of this particular project, uh, in terms of what I had planned to spend for rolling stock. And so I'm a little bit ahead of the game because, like I say, all the materials I already had, like wood and scenery and plastic, and everything was scratch built, so I didn't have to buy any kits. So the only thing I purchased on this whole layout was, paint and a couple of locomotives, and then of course the cars. So I picked up this Intermountain 60-foot flat car, and I have a few Intermountain cars. I find them to be pretty good, like especially their the Canadian cylindrical hoppers with the they were put out by Canadian Railcar Corporation through Pacific Western Rail Systems. This car here, this is a superb car by Intermountain. I mean, it even has the, like, look at the wheel treads. I mean, they're even better than the more narrower than the Tangent ones that they call semi-scale or whatever. Like, these are just beautiful. I'd like to get those wheels again. Even the ones that Intermountain has, I haven't been able to find them. Well, I haven't looked hard enough, I guess, but I'd sure like to replace all my wheels with those, Anyway, that's a really nice car, and I think I mentioned before, I wish I would have got more of those. But let's just talk about this flat for a second. Like, this is actually a fairly well-detailed car. For 40 bucks, it's, I guess it's the standard rate, but, it's, the one disappointment I had with it when I took it out of the box, it had a blown axle, like the plastic bearing, or the insulator on the axle was blown out, and I tried to repair it and push it back in, but you know how it catches on the metal wheel? It just caught on a burr and it just sort of peeled it a bit. So, but I got, wheel sets anyway, but that means I got to replace, probably replace, the two axles, or all four, but, and then keep these for spares for a load or something. Anyway, the detail on this is fairly good. You can see, I don't know why they never had rivets here on the bottom. I mean, on the Rapido ones they do, but because this is a late 70s car, right? And the chain also, that the brake chain is like out about, I'd say half a foot, like 6 inches, like you can see it there, right? It doesn't even reach the, like, I don't even know how how it ever did reach. It doesn't anywhere, unless a piece broke off, but I didn't see it break. So it doesn't even reach the brake wheel there. So that's kind of a disappointment. And the axle's a disappointment. But as a car for the money, it's all right, And then there's this laser cut deck, but the deck's way too thick. I mean, you can see the laser cut burn mark on the side. I mean, I think those are maybe scale 3 to 4 inches thick. I don't know if they were that thick. I don't know, they might have been, but I think they would have been inset more. I'm not really sure because there's a channel that runs down the center. I'm not really keen on the prototype of this car, but I mean, it's okay, but I was disappointed about that. And the stirrups are really heavy, along with the grab handles here. And I imagine that this brake wheel axle is could have been, is that brass? Yeah, it might be actually. Anyway, it's not a bad car. I'm not really disappointed in Intermountain stuff. I mean, it's, I wouldn't say they're the best cars out there, but they're upper, like above the mainstream kind of budget cars for sure. At least this one is, and it's a particular model that I wanted to get. So, Intermountain flat. So, now this car here, this is a Rapido gondola. It's around a 70s period decade car. And it's an excellent car. I mean, I have a few of their asphalt hopper, the cylindrical hoppers. Not the same as the Intermountain ones that they use for grain and so on, but the ones they use for asphalt, they're a bit shorter than these ones, actually. And they're really nice. The one thing that bugs me about the Rapido, like, why do they leave the trucks the same color as the car? I mean, that's, I don't know why they do that. Like the cylindrical hoppers that I have for them are the same. They're all gray. Of course, I painted them. I mean, for a painter, that's not a problem, but I don't know, for somebody that's collecting, you know, maybe that might be bothersome. But anyway, I find these cars to be excellently detailed. Like the end drop sills are beautiful. You know, Rapido, I got to give them thumbs up for the Canadian content that they do. Because there's a lot of Canadian cars, you know, that have just been missing in action over the years, and they really took it upon themselves to really address a lot of that. So, you know, I give them thumbs up for that. I also give them thumbs up for service too. Like if you ever have a problem with the car, you send them an email, like just drop them an email, and you know, they get back to you within a day or two, and they'll usually remedy the problem. At least they did with my RDC. I had a small issue, and within 2 weeks I had the part in the mail. So I don't have a problem paying you know, 45 bucks for a car like this. It's heavy. It tracks beautifully. You know, the couplers I can change out. It's got nice, you know, the drain cocks, air valves, and hoses are nice. You know, at least the couplers are metal. You know, the brake lever bars are there. The detail on the inside of the car is really good, as you can see there. And the bottom of the car is fantastic. I mean, look at the, you know, the planking, and, you know, they got the riveting on every second cross beam, which I'm not sure. I mean, that probably is prototypical, maybe. I'm not sure. Like, those guys really do their homework usually. So, and all the air piping and valves and chain looks pretty good too. So, I mean, it kind of disappears into the endsole here, but I'm okay with that. I'm not okay with intermountains coming out and just ending in midair without even joining up to the brake wheel. But anyway, pretty nice car, I think, and I'll be weathering this car up for sure. So that's the Rapido offering there, that I'm pretty happy with that. Now, last but not least, I just want to talk to you about this tangent car. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm addicted to tangent cars now. Like, I think this is my third or fourth one, and these cars are just a thing of beauty. I mean, they are one of the most gorgeous cars that I've ever seen. They just are. This has the roller bearings. Everything is just so crisp on this car. I mean, when you look at the end sill and just the detail on the back of this car, I mean, it's just gorgeous. You know, let me zoom in a bit here. I mean, isn't that a thing of beauty? I mean, and even the photo etch on the top here is varied. Like down the side, it's not the same. It wasn't just a piece and offcut, you know. And the way the, you know, the end photo etch sill, you know, sits flush properly, not like the Atlas ones where they're, you know, it's 8 inches off the top of the car, you know, like major, you know, blunder there, which is why I won't buy their cars. Yeah, just a thing of beauty. Like even the drain cock handle on the air valves are just, you know, even a step above Rapido. And number 58 couplers by Katie. Nice touch, guys. Very nice. So I'll be buying more of these cars. I know they're a bit more expensive. This was about 60 bucks, this car. But I don't, you know what? I'd rather spend 60 bucks on this than an Athearn Genesis. Yeah, this is a superior car. Just really nice stuff. Okay, so I just thought I'd share that with you, maybe stimulate a bit of conversation. Maybe you want to share what kind of cars you like and what kind of experiences that you've had, you know, with your cars, and, you know, just let me know in the comments down below. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you have a great day.